What's up, everybody? Hope I did not startle you. How's everybody doing? Sorry about that. Gotta love corporate. Had a meeting scheduled from 4 to 5, and so I'm like, all right, I'll surely be off this meeting in case it runs over by 5:15. So I scheduled the stream for 5:15, thinking at the worst, even if it does go over, that I can have the stream starting soon for like 2-3 minutes. But no, it went 30 minutes over, guys. Got to love corporate. Just ended, and then I clicked show cam. So literally fresh out of work, guys, but this is the way it ends up happening every day anyway. So thank you guys for showing your support, because I do not get downtime. So it is a grind. All right. Let's get right into the charts. And let's get a little music going, because you know how we do it around here. We'll just start here. All right, who we got in the comments? What's going on, Rick Sadu with the number 1, of course. That's like 4 days in a row, man. You got a lead going. How's it going, Rick? Travis says, I love listening to his videos, but man, 3/4 of the way through yesterday's show, it felt gloomy. I was ready to bail on Doge, but today is a new day. Unfortunately, lower price than yesterday. No, I understand. I want to talk about that a little bit. What's going on, Roar Nation? What's going on, man? Lori, what's up? Welcome back. Any thoughts on Robinhood versus Coinbase? Is there a need to have both? I definitely would say you should have both. They serve two different purposes. So Robinhood is good for trading, for executing trades. So if you don't particularly want to buy something to just hold it forever, or to, let's just say for crypto, for example, let's just say you are buying Dogecoin with the purpose, you don't really care about holding it, owning it, spending it somewhere, something like that. You just want to be able to buy it low, sell it high, and make profit. Robinhood's usually better for that, because not only is it really simple to use, but you don't get charged transaction fees, because all you're doing is kind of buying and selling the right to hold it, which means you don't have to do a whole lot of stuff with like actually buying Doge and having it come across the network and you having to pay network fees, and then sending Doge back to an exchange or something and having to pay network fees to sell, and then all this complicated stuff. So Robinhood just makes it simple. You can just take profit if that's your goal. If you actually want to buy Dogecoin to hold it, one day spend it, buy stuff with Dogecoin, that's where Coinbase account's going to come in handy. So they both have their ups and their downs. Robinhood has no wallet, so there's no, even though you hold Dogecoin, for example, on Robinhood, there's no way to do anything with it because you don't have a wallet. Now they're rumored to be coming out with the Robinhood wallet soon, but we haven't heard anything recently. Coinbase, on the other hand, when you buy your Dogecoin, you're in possession of it. You can send it to any crypto wallet that you want, and you can then send it to anybody that you want. So they're two different angles of attack. What's up, Skydive? Larry Stone, what's going on? What's up, Preezy? Down as predicted. Exactly. Juan says, have I ever had a reverse split before? Yeah. If you're in a reverse split or a stock split, nothing changes with your actual funds. All they do is like, so a stock split, they will, I'm trying to remember, stock split, they will actually split the shares into smaller portions, and then a reverse split is when usually the price is really cheap, and so they start combining shares into larger portions. But at the end of the day, you still own the same portion of the company. They're just changing the portion size, so your money won't be changed. Juan Stankus, what's going on? Connecting, what's up? Cool, we got everybody here. Don't forget, hit the like button, guys, if you haven't already. That's the biggest thing you can do to help the stream. And unfortunately, the likes have been a little low recently, so please consider clicking that button, guys, if you have not. I don't ask for donations or anything else, but that is the one thing that really drives the channel, so thank you. As we roll right into this, let's take a look at the price. So just picking up where we left off in yesterday's stream, and thank you guys for already hitting the button. Appreciate it. Rafi says, I have 2 ETH at 2,500 each. Want to sell one to put that in Doge. Should I keep them until the ETH update or sell one and put the rest in Doge? I think putting money in Doge at this moment, if you're already holding ETH, is probably just not a good idea. Ethereum's going to be... So when I talk about things to trade, to invest in, I'm usually talking about like the top 3, in my opinion, the current top 3 cryptocurrencies. That's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. I'm not just talking about value and use case, though those things are factored in, but then just also popularity, which I think is really important when it comes to stable pricing, fluctuation in price, like volatility, and then also potential. Large communities, people talking about these coins, that can be enough to drive the coin up or down. And they're on everyone's mind. You don't have to worry about like the price of Dogecoin going to 0 cents tomorrow or something, as people just all lose hope in it at the same time. These are like established coins in their own ways. Even though Dogecoin started off as a meme, I think everyone's kind of understood that at this point, that's not really the case. Not anymore. So when I'm holding something, it's either going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Dogecoin. Now, you can do ADA, you can do XRP, or any of the other ones that are in the top 10, but those are the 3 I like to stick with. They just are the most predictable, make the most sense to me. But to each their own. When it comes to those 3, Bitcoin's usually the one that's always going to move the least, but it is the one that leads the path. So, as far as percentage up and percentage down, Bitcoin is, it's the leader. So let's just say that's the leader, but you usually don't get a whole lot with it. But then you get Dogecoin, which is really, really volatile. And so sometimes if Bitcoin's down a couple percentage points, Dogecoin will be like double or triple that down. If Bitcoin's up a couple percentage points, it'll be double or triple that up. It's very volatile. And then you've got Ethereum, which is somewhere in the middle. Usually it's not as volatile as Dogecoin, but it's also a little more stable. So closer to Bitcoin's movement, and just a little more predictable and harder to lose money on, but a little harder to make money on, if that makes sense. So I like to go into Dogecoin when I know there's going to be a big move to take advantage of, because I like to capitalize on the volatility there. But if you're trying to do something with a lot of money and large size, and especially if things aren't looking that great, there's no problem with doing Ethereum. And in this particular instance, we are downtrending right now. I mean, you see that we had this move up. We failed here. We're rejecting. We're doing what I was afraid of. Now, I did try and give this some hope and say that we'd bounce off 38.5 and maybe get one more test to 41. But unfortunately, we weren't even doing well enough to get that bounce off that level. And I was hoping we could do like a head and shoulders and just be a little positive before we sold off. But as you can see here, we're just kind of still selling off. So overall, Bitcoin and Dogecoin are both doing bad here. And so let's just confirm that. We can see Bitcoin's down about 0.7% today, whereas Dogecoin is down. See what I'm talking about? When Bitcoin's down, usually Doge is down further, and vice versa. Dogecoin's down about 2.5%. Now, if you compare that with Ethereum, and we'll just see, because it could be more or less at this point. So Ethereum's doing slightly better than Doge at 1.9. This is partly due to Ethereum just being more stable in general and less volatile, but the other part is due to Ethereum actually having good news and having some buying pressure. So that can fluctuate. Obviously, Ethereum might get to 2.5 and Dogecoin might go to 2. I'm not saying it's always that way, but it's just a rule of thumb. And so if you're trying to question whether or not you should switch to Dogecoin right now and you're in Ethereum, I would say no, because as far as we're concerned, Bitcoin's in a bearish scenario. Until it flips bullish, I don't expect any bullish momentum coming into Bitcoin or Ethereum or Doge from Bitcoin's movement alone. So right now, basically what I'm saying is I expect gradual sell-off. That's the time we're in right now until things show to be otherwise. We're in gradual sell-off mode, which means your best bet right now is going to be Ethereum, because Ethereum has the good news tomorrow. So at least you have an Ethereum update coming that can give you some kind of bullish angle, whereas the other two just don't have one at all. So it just kind of doesn't make sense to be in Doge or Bitcoin when they don't have any good catalyst. Now, once that price, or let's just say the update happens tomorrow, nothing happens. Next couple days, nothing happens. At that point, I'll probably switch back to Dogecoin. But it is pretty much, if all the coins are going to be trajecting down, I'm going to put my money in the one that has the highest chance of going up for that moment. And that is going to be Ethereum. It's the only one with the good news. So, sorry, I over-explained that, but hopefully I summarized it there in the end. Jonathan says, smash the like. Thank you, man. And Rafi, I am getting your second shirt made right after this stream ends, man. The special request color just came in today. So Larry Stone says, what's my end of year prediction for Doge? Best case, you won't hold me to it. We could definitely, this gets tricky, right? Because I've been saying $1, but we keep getting closer and closer and closer to the end of the year. And don't get me wrong, we still have time to hit $1 on Dogecoin. But the thing is, we need Bitcoin to have been recovered. And my ETA on Bitcoin's recovery was only about a month from now at the latest. So the longer we push out Bitcoin's recovery, the harder it gets for Dogecoin to hit its price target. So that's a bit of the problem here. Will Elon Musk do what he implied he was going to do or not? That's the way we start this bull run here. So we'll see. As long as we can get the Bitcoin update, I think it's still safe to say anywhere from 50 to 60 cents, and that's a minimum if Bitcoin can get the good news from Elon Musk and recover. That'll just pull us back up, and I think that's more than enough for most people. Even if your average is at like 60 cents, getting back close to that is going to put you in a scenario where you won't be so concerned anymore. Let's see. 1 second, guys. So to answer your question, Jonathan, when is the Doge update? We don't have a date on that quite yet. The update is in testing to lower transaction fees. It is still in testing, but they have not given us a time frame. Let's have a look at today's shirt, please, Sadhu says. Okay. Let's see. Now, this one I don't actually have to get up because it is the Dogecoin D, the incognito Doge. That's the shirt I'm wearing. Now, on the actual one that's on the site, because this was my tester, the logo is a bit smaller, so it's a little more low-key. I just tried out the beer logo, and I actually like it a little smaller. So the ones that you get, it's actually a bit smaller than that. But that's the shirt of the day. And where's my camera? Again, at the sky. All right. Michael Lee says, I don't care when Bitcoin is down, Doge down multiple times, but I hope Bitcoin goes up. Yeah, last couple months, not the same. Yeah, it is a little disappointing that Dogecoin hasn't been following Bitcoin one-to-one, but it'll come. This just gives us a better opportunity to buy low and wait for the run. Thanks for the info, man. Yeah, absolutely. Just got the first shirt yesterday, and yes, the quality's on point. Awesome. Much appreciation, fam. Y'all go grab some merch, people. Thank you, Rafi. Appreciate that. Yeah, everybody's been saying the quality is really, really good, so glad that the hard work and investment there paid off. Made sure I didn't get any cheap stuff. When it comes to Travis's original comment there at the top, I wanted to circle back to this. So he said he loves listening to the videos, but 3/4 of the way through yesterday's show, it felt gloomy and he was ready to bail on Doge. I just want to let everybody know, like, I understand how you're feeling if you're wanting to sell Dogecoin right now. If you're not feeling it, I get it. The only thing I will say is this has happened in the past, and it's happened to me as well. You get discouraged, right? You get discouraged and you get bored and you're like, oh man, this thing's never going to take off. So you end up like, maybe you just close your position saying, oh, I think it's going to just keep going down. This isn't worth. So let's just say you sell, you close your position at 21, close your Robinhood or Coinbase app, and you don't come back for a month. Yes, the price kept going down, and let's just say it went down to 17 cents. But then by the time you're coming back and opening up your app, the price is actually at like 45 cents. Then you're mad at yourself and want to slap yourself in the face, and then you're trying to figure out, well, how can I get back in just in case it goes up to 60 and you've missed like tripling your money. Basically, my point is there are going to be times where I'm not going to like be at all bullish on Dogecoin because I just genuinely don't have a good feeling about it. There are plenty of other channels, and this is not directed at Travis, but I'm just saying there's plenty of other channels out there, guys, that will pump Doge, that will constantly say Dogecoin's going to the moon, where people are just going off this emotion and this good, feel-good, emotional, like Dogecoin is going up no matter what, guys. Just hang in there, hold, buy more, doesn't matter. You're going to eventually make money. And while that is true, most likely true that Dogecoin is going to increase in value over time, the purpose of this channel and these streams is not to just talk about the obvious, which is that by the end of the year, Dogecoin will probably be up. So the more you buy, whatever. It's to be as good as primarily, it didn't even have to do with Dogecoin. It was teaching people how to trade, teaching people how to make money off whether it's stocks, crypto, or whatever has a chart and price action and candles. Now, Dogecoin's the thing that we got into and we locked onto, so that worked out. And that's just kind of how we turned it to like one of the main Dogecoin crypto coverage channels that is doing updates every day. But I'm not going to have streams that we're just saying like, yeah, Dogecoin's going down right now, but just keep averaging down. Don't sell, average down. We're going to be up in 3 months. Because that's one way to do it, but it's just not the smartest way. So you can do what you want if that's what you want to do. And just, you're a hodler, respect it. But these streams is primarily about trading. So buy low, sell high. In bear markets like this, where can we find the bottom to buy that bottom and then sell when it reaches a top so that we can take that profit and then wait for it to reset, buy the next dip so that then we can sell it back high again, and we can be making profit in a bear market when everyone else is just sitting there waiting and they keep having to average down and they're losing money and averaging down more and they're losing money and averaging down more. We can already have basically made the amount of money that they're waiting to make by the time the bull run even starts. All right, and that's what the purpose of these streams are. Finding good entries, finding good selling points, or finding a great entry for the long haul. If you want to just hodl, by all means. But again, that wasn't directed at Travis, but I just wanted to let you guys know that there are going to be streams where I'm basically like, if I were you, I probably wouldn't be holding your Doge right now because this is more of a trading channel. And there are going to be times where I have no position for a couple days or maybe even a week or 2 weeks. Maybe I just say, Dogecoin is not worth buying at this point because it looks like it's going to keep going back down and we're going to go back to mid-teens. And that's not exciting to hear, right? Nobody wants to hear it. But don't let that discourage you because we will talk about the negative, and there will be plenty of it, we'll also be here to talk about the positive and be excited when good things are happening. So don't let it lose hope. Don't let it make you lose hope that we have the negative days. Let's see. What is the next Doge support? Well, I think what's important to say is what is the next Bitcoin support so that then we can transfer that over to the Dogecoin chart. The most obvious one would be right about here, which is somewhere around 36,000 or 36,500. Now, obviously, 37,000 is going to be another level, but we kind of already have been there. Right here, we were about 37.5 not long ago. So it just kind of goes down from here in increments of 500. So 37.5, 37, 36.5, 36. And 36.5-ish is right about where that 200 EMA line is going to be. Then under that, we've got 35. And then under that, we've got 34 is a weak level, but then we've really got 33, and then 31, and then 29. All right, so those are our supports and resistances. On Bitcoin, it's primarily increments of 2,000. If you want to be a bit conservative, technically it's more increments of 1,000, but I don't like to have lines drawn at every 1,000. It's kind of unnecessary. But the major levels tend to be every 2K. Now, translating that over to Dogecoin, I would say the major level of support is going to be right about here. We can see this is where the drop-off happened and stopped right here. This is right around 36.5. And that's also where the 200 EMA is going to be. If we were to crash, by that time it should be up just a bit because the price is going to pull it up a little. So let's see where that would put Dogecoin. You can see here that the Doge chart did not follow exactly the same, and we're actually a little lower than we were on that initial drop. Because this drop on Bitcoin to 36.5 is 19.5 on Doge, and we're actually higher now on Bitcoin, but we're lower on Doge. So now we're 19.3. But anyway, that drop should put us closer to 19 flat. So 36.5 should put us probably around 19 flat, maybe just a hair into the 18s. So I think that's the next level of support on Dogecoin. It's going to be somewhere around here, this general area, one of these two lines, and I have those basically at like 1875. I don't like these lines, actually. I'm going to delete them. Yeah, this one's pretty good. You've got a touch here. You've got the bodies of the candles there. You've got some touches there, touches here and there. Probably around, yeah, let's just say 19. Right under 19 is probably the next support on Doge. Rick says, quality is a big issue and yours are great. Soft hand, very nice. Awesome. Thank you. Glad to hear it. Rick says, do I see any little spike coming, and what are the supports we should be looking for? And actually, so Rick, those shirts are actually like one of the hardest ones to make because I had to do a lot of research to figure out the moon logo and how not to make it too rough. So, but most shirts that are just like lettering only, those are even like a bit even softer. But hopefully that still came out good for you. I did, even though it isn't the shirts are just as soft, but then the moon is a little bit rougher. But yeah, hopefully you still like it. Do I see any little spike coming, and what are the supports we should be looking for? I don't really see a spike coming. I will say here that we're holding pretty nice at this current level. As you can see, we're getting a little bit of a loop around. See this gradual, if you look at the bottoms here, you kind of see this curling happening like a spoon. You can kind of see that the price action is starting to catch a little bit, and we got this rejection wick there. But if we flip it over to Bitcoin, oh, okay, just can't type today. Flip it over to Bitcoin, you can kind of see the same thing right here. The downward momentum starting to slow down. And so we could just loop around here and then head back up to 41K. I don't think that's out of the question quite yet. I'm not, at this point, I'm still not taking any action, guys, because basically there's only two things that can really happen. Either the price goes up and it does for good break above 42,600, and now we know that the bull run has kind of started, and then we can look for a buy, and this will put us at like Doge 21, maybe max 22 cents, not even that far from where we are. Or we come back up to here, we reject, do whatever, and maybe we just get a downtrend back way down here, which is going to be mid-teens on Dogecoin. In my opinion, even though this could go up like 1 or 2 cents, it's just not worth an entry for me because it's only going to be like a cent profit. So why not, in my opinion, it's just like, why not just wait it out and see what happens and know that my next trade is going to be a good one versus taking a chance for 1 cent. You know, it's not going to be enough profit to make an entry. And that's why I'm not entering. Like, even though this might do a loop around here and maybe I'd look for confirmation here, like, it's probably going to just stop here. And if it doesn't, it's probably just going to stop here. Right? And so this is like maybe 1.5 cents profit. Or I could wait for confirmation and buy here and ride up the next 20 cent wave. You know, it's just 1 cent move here. Trying to gamble that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm just going to wait that out. But I think, yeah, I don't think this is good at all. All this reminds me of here is this move here. And this is what I've been saying, that what I was scared of was that if we did not break, just like we didn't break on good news here and everyone just dumped, this could happen again where we failed again and now everyone loses confidence. And especially as they see Bitcoin get lower and lower and they realize this isn't just a dip, you know, a dip before a bounce, that this could just be a discouragement driven sell-off as people lose, as this rumor hype starts to wear off, that we could see another one of these happen here. I'm not saying we necessarily will make new lows. I'm not saying we won't either, but I am saying that this general idea right here is kind of probable. And the lower we get on Bitcoin, the more faith people are going to lose that this is just a bounce before we come right back up to 42. But we'll see. Whales at the end of the day are the ones that make the big market moves, so they could change that perspective. I will say resistance you should be looking at is going to be just, first of all, a resistance right here at about 38, high 38, 39. We want to see if this thing here, if we get a little bounce, if it just rejects off this resistance line and then sells off and continues down, because that won't be good. Then we've got support at around 36,000, 36.5 right here. We've got two levels of support, the wicks here and the 200 EMA, and obviously the price action previous, but I'm just looking short term. That's the bottom. Resistance would be 39 and then 41. What's up, Mr. Helm? Welcome. Quick hit the like button. Thank you, Jared. Shalma says, for small investors, is it better to get Cardano or fractional share of ETH? Just want some other opinion. I know it's a difficult question to answer. Won't criticize you with your answer. I think for a small investor, it depends on what kind of style you would prefer to do. Ethereum's more of a short play, whereas Cardano is more of like a gamble play. And the difference between those two is you could get a fraction of a share. You know, with your position size, obviously, it would not be a full share, is the way you're making it sound. You can do that and ride the percentage gains up on Ethereum, which are more of a short thing, but they'll probably be smaller. Or you can take more of a gamble-like chance with your smaller position size in ADA, and then maybe ADA will, you know, continue to get good updates, adoption, really compete with ETH, and have more potential to grow your small account. The way that it typically works is bigger money tends to make safer investments, whereas smaller money tends to make riskier investments, because bigger money, like people that have, like, let's just say wealthy people, they're already wealthy, and what they want to do is preserve that wealth and increase it over time in a safe manner, because they're already there, so they're not worried about like exponentially increasing their money, because they already have it. Whereas smaller accounts are like, man, if only I could get rich. What risky thing can I throw all my savings into to see it exponentially increase? So, I mean, that's just the typical route that most people take. But ADA is good. I mean, Cardano is good, and it's not really a gamble, because Cardano is, you know, it's almost like a spin-off of Ethereum, because the creator of Cardano was one of the Ethereum creators, and it's really given Ethereum a run for its money. So I would probably say if you could only get a fraction of ETH and you want to take a little bit more of a chance, to probably just give ADA a try. But we know for like a fact that Ethereum's going to do very well going throughout the rest of this year into early next year. So it's more of a sure, guaranteed increase to go with Ethereum, even if it might be a little bit less of a like percentage gain. So I'll give you that info and then let you decide. I don't think either one's a bad idea. Ethereum's going to be your safer bet. ADA could be more of a payoff for you, but maybe not. Let's see. Dogecoin needs to pump. I have activated my Dogecoin button. Well, that's good to hear, Jared. The Stankus says, yeah, that's why when we dropped below 20 cents, I flipped to bearish. Yep. Byron says, good day, M. Hey, what's going on? Hi, y'all. Still holding, but losing some of your gains. I understand. Yep, me too. Down over 1,200. Oof. Is that off the gains or just down, like, total? You know what I mean? Like, are you now... Did you lose 1,200 of your gains, or from when you've started to now, you're actually minus 1,200 instead of in profit? Breezy. Shuba says, I'm late. Quick recap, please. Just talking about the fact that we're selling off on Bitcoin. I don't have a position in Doge. I'm just holding a bit of Ethereum. Going into tomorrow and next week with the EIP 1559 update on Ethereum, I expect it'll be doing the best of the three. And the three being Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. So... I'm just giving that a try. It's the best bet because Dogecoin and Bitcoin don't have any news catalysts to pump them, but Ethereum does. So it just is kind of obvious that that could be the highest chance moneymaker. So I'm just going to hold it in that. The thing is, it doesn't really matter which one of the three you put your money in because they kind of do the same thing. Till now? Oh, no. That's not good. It's not good at all. Why is ADA doing so well today? They got an announcement that they were, man, there was something to do with Japan, maybe an exchange into Japan they got listed on. It was something like that. I gotta recheck the news. They got some good news today. Oh, on your holding account. Okay. Okay, well, if it's on your holding account, that's not too bad. Yeah, it'll definitely come back. Preezy's not in? Yeah. This month is a good time to start looking for long-term entries, in your opinion? I agree. 100% agree. Just buy the dip and forget it. That is a play. Let's see what's going on here. Doing well on your scalping account? Okay, great. Great. What's going on here? Hang on just 1 second, guys. Getting a phone call. I need to answer this, all right? Right, I'm back. Okay, so Jamo says, thank you for your answer. Appreciate. Understand I have 3/4 in stocks, 1/4 in crypto. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, yeah, safer bet's going to be Ethereum. It's more guaranteed, and it might do very, very well for you. But ADA's more if you want to take a little more of a chance, because there's a chance that ADA does not overtake Ethereum, and especially with ETH2, that it could still get overshadowed a bit. I think it'll still do fine, but I just don't know if it'll really like catch up and pass Ethereum. That's a hard feat to accomplish, so it's a little bit riskier of an investment. Preezy says at 10 cents I'll be all in, I promise. We'll see. If it goes to 10 cents, y'all are going to be saying, oh, is this really the bottom? It's the way it always happens. Yeah, I understand. If it goes to 10, I'm dumping another 5K in. Nice. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hopefully that doesn't happen and Bitcoin gets its act together, but you never know. Oh. Sorry, guys. $0.10 is going to make some of the people who are holding big wallets dump. Yeah, 10 cents is a bit low. I don't want to see that. But yeah, guys, there's like two scenarios here that I see. This can break out to the top side here, reject and come back down to the 200 EMA, or it can break out, go to 41 and sell off. I don't think it goes right back up to 42. If it does, we'll have another stream, obviously, and talk about that, because that'll be a big deal. But I think most probable scenario, Bitcoin falls, no matter what it does here, falls to the 200 EMA line, 36,000, 36.5, and decides if it wants to bounce off of that and do something different, or if it's too weak and it's going to fall under. If it falls under, now we're well into like the 35s again. It's not going to be a good look. And I think at that point, it's kind of more of a confirmed, like we're in a downtrend scenario now. There's going to be a lot of bearishness re-entering the market. We're going to see a lot of people starting to sell their positions. And I think it could just be a continued deal down to like 33. I'm not going to say we go any lower than 33. The Amazon rumor was still good, and maybe enough hype to keep it from going back down under into the danger zone, which is down towards 31, because that's not a good support line to be at, even though it is a strong level. Anytime we've gotten down to like 31 flat, we have ended up selling, went below it, here, and here. Not really what you want to see. 33 is the lowest I would feel comfortable with, right about here. Coming back to this point here, right around 34, I guess, would make sense. But I don't really see it going lower than that. On Dogecoin, that would probably put us back near 16 cents, I'd say. 16, 17 cents. I don't know if we get a much better dip than that, guys, to be honest. 16 cents was the original best spot to buy. We got a 16 dip, then we got 17. I think that's really just going to be the sweet spot for Dogecoin. And if Bitcoin does really bad, then we might see a dip lower than that. But my greed stops at like 16, 17 cents. That's where I'm like, all right, I'm okay going large size here and then just seeing what happens next. If I need to average down some, I'll have some more money on the side or wait for next paycheck. But that's just like crazy gain opportunity if you can lock in a 16, 7 cent average. So hopefully that answered the question, Adam. Preezy says it's coming IMO or close to it. 10, yeah, just hopefully not 10. I mean, I definitely foresee a sell-off, but I just hope it's not 10 cents. My guess has been, man, I don't know if Doge Army lets it get that low. I think the rate that we fall compared to Bitcoin slows down once we get under 15 cents, and that maybe we bottom out at like 13 or 12. 10 is just scary territory, but anything's possible. Bitcoin at 8K, geez, we're 7 for the 2 cents. His 2 cent contribution. But guys, we also have we've got some stuff in the pipeline. Don't forget, Doge to Ethereum bridge is still being worked on. No release date on that, and we probably won't have one until, let's just say, towards the end of the year, because I feel like the only thing that would make sense would be to drop that bridge when we're also dealing with an ETH2 scenario. Anything before ETH2, I don't want Dogecoin on current Ethereum network. It's kind of a pain. So there's that, but that is still a major thing. We've got the new 1.14 whatever update for Doge that's going to bring the lower transaction fees, and then we've also got work being done on transaction speeds. We've still got stuff in the pipeline for Doge. We've still got Elon Musk being, all for Dogecoin, wanting it to work out. And we've also got Bitcoin's catalysts of once it recovers, how it's going to drag the market up with it, especially once it gets towards 100K. We could just, without even more catalysts on Doge, be back at 70 cents. So that'll be great. That'd be a major investment from Elon, but yeah, that'd be cool. That's where we're at, guys. Ethereum and Dogecoin need to pump. When is, in my opinion, is Dogecoin going to hit 50 cents? Within the next, I would say it's still possible within the next month and a half. Dogecoin will hit 50 cents when Bitcoin gets its news that it's back accepted for Tesla. That's when we'll see Dogecoin back near 50 cents. And I think that should be happening soon. I don't think it's going to take very much longer, which is why I really, we've had 3 chances at a great dip. Each time we've gotten near 16 cents. It's like we can't keep passing up that dip, If you didn't buy the dip at 16 cents for the 3rd time, what is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. How many times can we hit the dip and not buy it? So basically, I would just think next time we get a great dip, we should probably buy it up and not be too greedy, because we don't have that much more time. One of the main things in crypto is time. Time changes a lot. Things in crypto move very quickly, and then also there's only a certain amount of time, and we don't know how much time that is, but there's only a certain amount of time before Bitcoin hits 50%, Elon becomes aware of it, and then drops the suspension. Once that happens, when Dogecoin skyrockets up, it's not coming back. So you don't get another chance once that happens. Yeah, what if Tesla goes back to accepting Bitcoin? Doesn't? Well, that would be an absolute problem. That would be a problem for sure. That's going to be a problem not only for Bitcoin, but for literally everything else except for maybe Ethereum. Dogecoin's not going to have a good time. Nothing else is going to have a good time. Ethereum might be Ethereum's ticket to first place market cap. But that is not something I want to think about. That would really mess with Doge. What do I think of the price of ETH? Can't buy a whole coin, but I just want to get in. ETH is great. The price of ETH most likely isn't going to go down too much further. The lowest we've even seen Ethereum at was 1,700. The highest was, what was it? I keep forgetting. 43.85, something like that, or 42.85. Ethereum has a lot of gain potential and not that much downside potential. So buying in ETH now is almost like buying Doge at 23-ish cents, 24, when the lowest all-time low was 17. Yeah, you could have got it at 20 or 19 or 18, but we know it's going to go back to 40. We know it's going to, by next year, probably be somewhere near $1 or somewhere near $1.20. So buying ETH at 24 cents now is still a bargain. And that's basically, that's the Ethereum scenario right now. ETH has a lot of potential. No, yeah, absolutely, Stank. The whole problem is everything is in Elon's hands. So yes, I agree with that. That is the cryptocurrency network problem right now across the board, is everything is in Elon's control. And that's been a blessing and a curse. But yeah, that is the crypto problem. Elon Musk's control on kind of everything right now, but we'll see how things play out. Don't forget, this is like the first year of the crypto boom, in my opinion. And obviously there were years where there was exponential growth in certain cryptos before, but this is like the first year of what I'd call like widespread adoption and awareness. Like, this is crypto's first year to me, which means it's very early on and things are bound to change quickly. Do I think ETH could hit 50K? Oh, I don't know about that. No, I don't know about that one. When I said 50 to $1, I was referencing big ETH like 5 grand, 10 grand. But if you're talking $50,000, I don't know about that. That's going to take a while, and like a couple years, and it's just impossible to look out that far. Crypto moves too quickly. Things change too quickly. It's too new. There's going to be plenty of new competition. Who knows where we'll be in 3 years? There could be Cardano is 50 times better than Ethereum by then. Who knows? We got to wait and see. I don't see ETH dipping back to 2K level. Well, this EIP 1559 updates is going to give ETH a bit of a catalyst that will hold the price up pretty nice. But, I mean, we're at 20, let's see, we're at 2,500-ish now, 2,400. I don't think it's impossible for ETH to dip to like 2, but I don't really think it goes under that. You've seen a lot of people saying it on YouTube. 50K is kind of an absurd number. People love to skip over every reasonable short-term target and just say, like, Dogecoin to $10. It's like, well, what happened to 50 cents? What happened to $1 even? We haven't hit $1. SHIB to 1 cent. Well, what about, or they said, now they're saying SHIB to 10 cents. Like, well, you guys have like 6 zeros to get rid of first before you can even look at that. Look at 1 cent. It's just crazy. No, I think 50,000 is way too far out. Now, the only reason I would say it's somewhat possible is because of this update. They're going to be burning coins. So by getting the circulating supply down a bit, that makes things a little more possible. Crypto has a lot to overcome to succeed, but it's still not a bad bet. Yeah, there's just it's too early. There's too much going on. We need to see how the government regulation in the US, which is one of the larger markets, plays out. You know, we've already seen what China did. Obviously, the US isn't quite like that when it comes to making decisions for the people, but it does seem like they don't like crypto so far. They want to get their hands in it, and they want to regulate it to the full extent that they are able to by law. So we just need to see what that's going to do to the market. And so really, until we have that, I don't like looking out very far beyond that, because then it starts making me, you know, I don't like thinking overly positive or overly negative. I like to kind of focus on the things I do know, like the things you can figure out, the things you can plan for and be prepared for and be in control for. That way I'm like making financial decisions based off of things I know are like almost sure to happen versus just guesses. A guess is a coin flip. 100K in Doge to $30. Yeah, probably avoid those channels. I don't know which one that was, but Cardano to $25 by mid 2022. Wow. They do realize what that would entail, right? Now, honestly, Cardano to $25 by mid-2022 is the most reasonable of all of those statements, even though that is still kind of extreme. Because that would imply Cardano has about 20x'd by next year, mid-next year. And if it is, let's just say something crazy happened with Cardano to where everybody's starting to think, oh, maybe it is better than Ethereum. It has a lot of room to run to catch up to Ethereum's market cap. But still, it only has like, let's just say Ethereum recovers, goes back to double its current price. It doesn't have that much room. It has like 10x potential from where it currently is, which will get it to like $10. But we're saying $25? Jeez. No, it does. Well, let's be honest. We need to see what the regulations are first before we say they're good. Because they might be good on one hand, but they could be terrible on the other. That's why we watch your streams. You do the research and shoot straight. Thanks for that. Yeah, absolutely, Lori. But yeah, I don't mind some sort of regulation, you know, because you look at the crypto space in general. Look at all the rug pulls. Like, obviously there are sides to cryptocurrency that are just a bit too, you know, it's too easy to manipulate. It's too easy to get your hands in something, pay influencers and whatnot to talk about it, buy up a lot, you know, be a whale in your own coin you created. Upshot, I'm looking at you wherever you are. And then once the price has gone up to where you want to rug pull, it's way too easy to rug pull and for people to not know. You know, this is an open, dangerous, volatile space. Plenty of opportunity to make tons of money, plenty of opportunity to lose everything you own if you don't know what you're doing. So just like in the stock market, there is room for regulation, but with the way that the government has been talking about some of these cryptocurrencies, sometimes it makes me concerned that they're going to try and over-regulate it because they don't want to see it succeed. And I don't, you know, I'm not a legal professional. I don't know to what extent they can figure out how to make cryptocurrency a pain to use, but they can definitely take it too far. And that could easily get us to a point where, you know, regulation on crypto is, you know, good for safety, but not good for using it and make us not even want to touch it. But I do agree that crypto has a lot to overcome. When Cardano is 25, Ethereum would be close to 20K. Yeah, mid 2022 is still a bit early for that, I think. But I think maybe by the end of the year, by the end of 2022, maybe. I could see that, because got to keep in mind too, Bitcoin's going to be, if it's back on track, let's just say everything goes right in the way that we would hope and expect for it to play out this year for Bitcoin, goes back, gets accepted for Tesla, the El Salvador thing goes good, maybe someone else accepts it too, more catalysts, Amazon, whatever. Bitcoin's back on its bull run, getting back to normal. Going into next year, that's going to, you know, Bitcoin's going to be really, really high. Maybe even like 5x where it is right now. And so, yeah, taxing transactions would be bad. Yeah, I have a bad feeling they're going to try and figure out what is the one thing we can do to make people like really not want to use it. Taxes is what I've been saying is probably the one easiest thing that they could do to you know, maybe they implement some regulations, but then they put tax things in there to make people not even want to like use it and kind of eliminate the use case because it gets too expensive. And then there goes cryptocurrency, right? Late 2022. Yeah, I agree with that. I could see Cardano 25 and ETH 20K by like the end of 2022. I could see that. Because like I was saying, with Bitcoin's run up, not only bringing the market up, but giving a lot more market cap space to the smaller guys. So before they would end up getting close to or passing Bitcoin, which is the clear market leader, then it gives all those guys a lot more room to run, and it also kind of pulls those guys up with it. So yeah, I can see that. We'll see. It'll be interesting for sure. All right, guys, good conversations and stuff. Bitcoin is just being a little slow today, so I think we'll wrap it up here. Doge and Bitcoin are just kind of chilling. Like I said, I would not be surprised to see a bit of a loop back up to either 39 in a rejection or back towards 41. I wouldn't be surprised to see that, but I don't think we see 42 again anytime soon. I think overall, whether or not this happens or not, this up move first, I think we're going to end up selling off towards 36.5 or 36, see what happens there. If we don't hold really nicely, we could end up probably going no lower than like, I don't know, 33, 34. I don't see us crashing back down into 20s. But if it happens, it also kind of wouldn't be surprising because we did that before. I just think with the Amazon rumor, it should have been enough to give everyone enough hope to look at these lower 30,000s as a dip instead of still expecting the 25,000 crash. That would be my guess, but we'll see how it plays out. Basically, as far as a position is concerned, I'm not buying Doge right now. My temperature check on Dogecoin would be cold. Basically would be a hold or a sell, and then looking for a re-entry later on. If you want to hold, by all means. If you're not feeling great about it, sell by all means, and then look for a re-entry. But this is not a point where I would be buying more, but I would be, if anything, looking for like opportunities to rebuy in or opportunities to average down if I don't plan on selling. So I think that'll be somewhere in the teens for sure, like 18 cents, 17 cents by the time we're near the bottom. But we'll see how that plays out. Right now, ETH is my play, probably the only one I can recommend right now if I'm going to go long on something, because at least it has an update that's going live tomorrow, and people are going to be a bit excited about that. So it's kind of of Bitcoin, ETH, and Dogecoin, ETH is kind of the obvious one right now. But always keep in mind, the risk to not being in Doge is you never know when Elon Musk is going to do something crazy. So if you decide to sell, or if you decide to transfer over to ETH, don't be surprised if unluckily tomorrow Elon Musk tweets something and Dogecoin goes up like 3 cents, and then you're mad. All right, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But consider that risk, weigh it. If you still want to sell and switch to ETH, or just sell and wait for a re-entry on Doge, there you go. That's what I'm doing. Thank you guys for hanging out. Rafi, I'm going to go ahead and get your shirt made right now before it gets too late, so I can get that to the post office for you. If you guys have not already, you can check out the website, top of the description. It is myhodlwear.com. There's a link that you can just click and check out the site. If you like anything, go ahead, grab it. Free shipping if you get 2 items or more. And then also, if you have any custom like special requests that you like, just send me a message on that chat in there, and I'll see if I can do it for you. It's at about the same price. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll catch you tomorrow in the next live stream, or on Twitter, or in the Discord group if you follow me there. See you guys.